again, is God is speaking. Yes. Is God is speaking to his people? Yes, God is speaking to his people. Is it possible that God can? Is it possible for God to speak to me? Is it possible for God to talk to me as one of his servants? Is it possible for God to speak to me? Yes, it is possible. I want to welcome you to this very hour. God is speaking to his people. I want to encourage you that if to subscribe if you have not subscribed, and I also want to encourage you to share the video with friends and neighbors and even the people that you don't know. We are building a community, a family community where every one of us, every child of God should be able to hear the voice of God. We are many in the church today, but we don't. It has become difficult for many of us to identify the voice of the Lord. So welcome to this very hour, and God will help us as we learn together this hour. God bless you. As you still, Elijah was running from him, and the Bible said to us, and God said to Elijah, he says, "Go forth and stand upon the mount before the Lord, and behold, the Lord passed by." So now, are you seeing one of the difficult things? Are you seeing one of the things that happened here? The Bible said the Lord passed by. Now he is in position. Now he has positioned himself. Now he has positioned himself. He has obeyed instruction, coming to the mountain to hear God. To hear God, because he was instructed to go to the mountain and God will speak. So God was to speak to him now. But on that mountain where God gave an instruction to him to go, he was on that mountain, and the Bible said to us, and the Lord passed by. The Lord passed by. The Bible said to us, and God was moving in the garden, and God called unto Adam. And here, when the Lord passed by. The Bible said, and there was and a great and a strong wind rode on the mountain, hit the mountain. And when it hit the mountain, what happened? The Bible said to us that because of that presence of God, the mountain break in pieces. The mountain break in pieces. The mountain break in pieces before the Lord. But the Lord was not in the wind. Now you can you imagine? It's one of the difficult things. Don't forget, we are talking about how to recognize the voice of God. So, if it were you, if it were me, what will happen? Someone that see great miracle, he saw the winds of God coming, and the winds blow to the mountain, and then he hit the mountain, and the mountain begin to break in pieces. The mountain begin to shift. The mountain, the things, rock begin to fall off. And the God was not here. How many preachers, how many of us that we are running with this kind of experience? Because we see the movement of God, we see how things go, but we don't hear God, and we are running with that experience, not knowing that the Lord is not there. Not knowing that the Lord is not there, and God was not there. And the Bible said to us, and after that the wind passed, after the wind, you see, and after the wind, an earthquake. So when after the wind passed, an earthquake took place, but the Lord was not there. The Lord was not even in that earthquake. See the kind of miracle, see the kind of movement. So many people have run because they desire to know the voice of God. We desire to hear God. We have been running with the vision that God was not the one inspired. That many of us has run with the voices that it was not God. And many are still doing ministry, running ministry without the voice of God, but his voice is saying. It takes a man to be in intimacy with God for him or her to recognize the voice. And when you come to number 12 of that 1 King chapter 13, and after the earthquake, a Imagine the ministry of someone that he manifests the power of God. Strange power is manifesting. Fire is coming out. You see, different kinds of things. Deliverance is just like a normal thing. In his ministry, he's experiencing the move of God. Don't forget. Don't get me wrong. Whenever you can be you can move mountain. You can do miracle, you can command healing, and healing will take place even though you are not hearing God, because that does not mean that you will not manifest those things. God has given us the opportunity to do that, and because we obey and give command and the people need healing, it must manifest, and the heart desire and the cry of the people must come to pass. So you discover, you see, after the earthquake there was a fire, but God was not in that fire. God was not in that fire. And how many person is running with the fire they saw on the mountain? Just like Moses, he saw the fire on the mountain, but Moses was able to identify the voice of the Lord. He was able to identify the voice of the Lord. So you see, after the earthquake, there was fire, but the Lord was not in the fire. In that fire, the Lord was not. For the sake